month.
He went away in a city, not
Once or twice a month I would come home. I already was, had a watch, proud. The little girl, 5 years younger with the chickens, I didn't look.
4.
That's why I never knew her. I knew her parents, brothers, sister, not her. Wow. 1957, she immigrated to Milwaukee,
Oh, wow.
to her father. 3 months later, I
Amen.
escaped from island, Greece, island,
Yes,
between Italy and Yugoslavia.
yes.
I escaped 3 months later. It took me 5 years, 5 countries going through, 25,000 miles to end up in Chicago and find her 1962.
Wow.
Isn't that good?
And because I lived in Indiana, I'll finish in a minute.
No, you
It's
take
okay,
your
we have all the
time.
time,
And
that's
then-
okay.
Yeah.
I think
I
this
lived
is
in
awesome.
Indiana.
If you could spend
She
51
lived
years,
in
we could spend the night listening
Indiana.
about it.
Yes, Illinois, Wisconsin. She lived in Wisconsin after I met her.
How old were you?
I was 20,
You were
when I got married, I was 28 and a half.
Oh, you
But-
were 25.
You're 25 now in the story?
I was
20, he was 24.
I was 26, 25.
No, you're only 4.
So now you're in Illinois, you're 26 and you're 20.
I was 20 with
I'm just
Lynette.
trying to understand.
I finished
Anyway.
beauty school.
We can
I
talk.
met
Anyway.
my husband. I was blessing that
It
she
took me 2 years to travel 25 miles one way.
250,
It took me 2 years
2.5.
to convince her father that
She's the one.
he would say okay to get married. So you see how the Lord worked? Born in the same place, never saw her before,
And then,
found her in Chicago, and then riding on the phone 125 miles,
We still have love letters.
and then
Same level.
coming to her father and say, hey, we are neighbors from all countries, we know each other, and I came for that younger one, Yovanka. Don't ask me, ask her mother, because I didn't raise, he was technic, he was in a
yeah.
King's Army, so he was out, his mother, her mother raised her. Yes, so it took 2 years. Because he was in a King's Army, and Tito and communism took over. They had to flee and ended up in Milwaukee 2 years later. Because the Worcestershire threw him in a dungeon, in a hole, something like
When
20
they beat them
feet,
up,
30
they
feet,
tortured them.
40 feet. They get lots of people. They get hundreds, throw them in a hole. And that's it, goodbye, John. However, I think he was tied to the other guy. He managed to escape, her father. And then little by little ended up in Milwaukee. What happened when I asked for my precious to marry her? Because what he went through the war, World War II, he drank 1 bottle a day whiskey. Great man, family man, but
From
what he
stress.
went through, he drank. So I came and asked, he says, no, I came second time, no, I came third time, or I get drunk too. So pretty soon there was a tavern there, and I get drunk in a tavern on the corner before I get there, because I know he's not gonna say yes. And I said, Joel, let's go to my Oldsmobile, let's go to Indiana. Forget this old people and nonsense. No. Let's trust God. I said, trust God, whatever that means. I said, okay. When you love somebody, you do anything.
You wait.
You do anything. I waited. Because I was a guy through 5 countries, very spooky. But because of that great love for my precious, I waited. And one day, after 2 years, he says, Eli, okay, I go to church,
You wore him out.
get addresses of every people. You don't have to know them. Serbians, you know, you don't have to know them. Just send them address, wedding, they all come. And we had a great wedding. Joanne even
Beautiful.
saved $5,000. I had 2 plates and 2 forks, that's all.
2 plates and 2.
So
Well,
great.
congratulations, guys. You've
So
been a great
great.
example.
Thank God.
And the Lord worked that out even when I did not know Him.
Wow.
And now, 51 years, praise God. The Lord gave us, the Lord gave us big family. We have a picture of 9 grandkids and 4 daughters, 4 son-in-laws. And so
God
great.
is good.
The Lord is rich
Mm-hmm.
and great.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
And
That's
Short
so
stories.
you know, His grace is free. His grace is free, but it's very expensive.
Not cheap.
It's not cheap. It's very expensive. How He wonderfully saved us, and through all this, and now issues like yesterday, she had first time in her life, she had 201 blood pressure by 103. And you know, the Lord does let His own lose and perish. Oh no, faith. As we are going, I finish with this. As we are going through Daniel, book of Daniel, so great. And going so slow, not get it in here, just fill it up and go, just continue. Like a bull in Chinatown. No, so slow we go, that the Lord would bring that deep in here, then in here, then raise us up. That great faith, what He had, and how much more for us today. Well, thank you. Thank you for listening.
Isn't God good?
Stop right here.
Thank you for sharing. That was awesome.
And thank you for your prayers for our trip. It was amazing. It was such a
God
blessing.
did good.
It was just a blessing. We just felt tremendous peace. Wherever we went, we traveled everywhere. 11 hours up there, back around 11 hours, and around and up to Romania and up to everywhere. Where his
I can go 2-3 minutes.
family was
if you
all
allow.
scattered. But
Two,
it
three
was
minutes?
it was a
We're fine.
blessing.
Okay,
Got plenty of time.
we
It
got
was-
to
It was a miracle.
we got to Swiss airline, then San Francisco, no, San Diego, San Francisco, Swiss, Belgrade. Dusan picked us up. Young evangelist, missionary. You
It's
know
his
Dusan.
nephew's
Yeah.
son. That we've been
He
praying.
picked
He's
us
so
up,
good.
200
Dusan.
kilometers took us to Sombor. And there is a great story how I wrote to him about parents, that they need salvation, deliverance, but I will not go into it. But he brought us there, we stayed there a week, Bible study,
It's 2.5 hours from their house to the
Yeah.
airport.
Bible study with parents, Bible study with him.
No problem.
And then he took us back to Belgrade, 2 hours. From there we got the bus to go to Croatia, 10.5 hours, all night. In Croatia, we went to Knin and we stayed with some families there. Last time when we were there, we were witnessing, we were sharing, we were teaching, we were preaching. Nothing much. I was opening the word and sharing the love of the Lord and help. They drink coffee, the Serbian coffee thick, turn it over, tell fortune. I said, oh no, that's enemy stuff. Not many listen. What happened this time when we went? Sooner we went there, big cloud, big pressure. It was sunny, but spiritual pressure on us.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, what is this?
Yeah.
We started again. We brought, just like in Sombor, in every place that we went, we brought 10 lessons from the Bible to instruct people on certain subjects. We bought CDs, Jesus film,
DVDs.
New Testament packages. So we started there. Brother and brother don't talk. Two guys married, two sisters, they don't talk. Guy and his uncle, nobody talks to anybody. I said, listen, my dear people, the pigs, wild pigs, this is very true, destroy all their crops. Wild pigs, you know, the crops ready to corns and stuff,
They
destroy.
destroyed everything.
Croatians still hate them. They don't like him. And I say, my dear people, the Croatians and wild pigs will not destroy you. You will destroy each other because you don't talk to each other. The bunch that is left, maybe about 50 people. We then prayed what to do there. The Lord, one lady, 35, one guy, 29. They were open. We gave them material, spent time with them, prayed with them,
With the Bible.
and calling back, helping, that something would start. From there, we got the bus back to Belgrade, 10.5 hours. The guy from eastern Serbia, Veliko Gradište, by Dunav River, picked us up. We went there, what a blessing there. Last time when we were there, everybody surrendered to the Lord.
Wow.
Those families.
It's wonderful.
This time when we were, what a blessing. The little ones, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, accepting that Jesus film, putting there and watching Bible study. They get together, oneness, like a true family of God, those families. They got together. So great blessing. From there, we stayed there over 2 weeks. We went back to Belgrade, and wonderful how the Lord opened up the man. I didn't know we were gonna end up there. The man that Greg, when he first went there, he says, Eli, do you know anybody in Belgrade? I said, of course I know. Give me that, I can stop. And this man, I didn't know we were gonna go there. I give him address of Greg when he first went, 20-some years ago. He went to this man and he stayed there 2 days. And then we ended up there a few days before we take the airplane back. And we give him material, we visited other people, giving material to them, witness to them, New Testaments, money. We gave lots of money also. And we found out that this man, that Greg had first was there, and the man even gave him key. He stayed there 2-3 days. This man has grandson who has same problem like Greg's daughter.
Autism.
Autism.
So I called him back. I wrote to Greg, and they're gonna get together, the family back.
Fellowship.
So much.
They're gonna have some kind of meeting or conference for these kids.
So
Sure.
much
Hopefully
blessing.
he will
Yeah.
come in.
Just shows you how God cares.
Vlasića, jedan.
Yeah.
So
Branka, brat.
So much more story, but we stop right
There's
there.
lots of stories.
The Lord is great.
Sure.
Oh,
It was amazing blessing. Only it was, when I got back, I was well. I was eating like a PIG. Fat stuff, lard. You cook everything with lard, slanina,
Marco still eats like that.
prosciutto, and all this, lamb on a spit, and it's so yummy. It's
she
amazing.
loves that stuff.
So I ate, and anyway, I came home. Next day, whew, besides being a long trip, and I was jet lagged for 3-4 days, and then I started this gushing out all this acid. It just developed terrible acid, and then I took some medicine and stuff, and I start my cooking. I'm fine. Praise God.
Good. Yeah.
But it was
Thank you
an
for
amazing
sharing.
trip. It was a blessing. And
It's nice to have you back, guys, after a while.
and